Shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the 144,000 and the 1/3 of the elect of the nation of Israel. This message is for you through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, from the scriptures of truth. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. So we're telling you, Jakes, through the men of the Lord is talking, because we're his mouthpiece. So we're telling you, which is a message from the Lord, to look, the hour of the Lord is coming. Watch. What's to watch for? These different signs that the Lord said in the scriptures about what's the signs of the end times. Like Matthew chapter 24, that whole chapter goes into Yahweh Shai, breaking down the end times according to the will of the Father, which are the prophecies. But we're doing the same thing. Like the hour of temptation, a lot of people don't know about that scripture in Revelation chapter 3, around the 10th verse, which the Lord is going to keep us from the hour of temptation, which is you being tried whether or not you serve the Lord or whether you just going to serve man. You serving man by way of what? You getting a chip in your hand. And the Lord told us in Revelation chapter 14, don't take that mark, which is that chip being in your hand, which is the mark of the beast. But a lot of Jake is not going to know these scriptures, and they're going to what? Give in to the beast, because the beast is threatening their livelihood. They can't eat, they can't have nowhere to sleep, they can't buy a house, they can't buy a car, they can't go work without having the chip in their hand. They can't take care of their children. They can't live on their career or success life that they have in mind as a goal for them. No, none of those things are going to matter when the Lord allowed the hour of temptation to come, but it is going to matter because you got to figure out whether you're going to serve the Lord or not. And if you don't, then the Lord is going to catch you like a thief in the night and destroy you. Whether before the nuclear missiles be shot over here by the other nations, or, like I said, through famine, pestilence, murdering from somebody else, or something that you may have, or they just have you as a murder target, because it's going to be anarchy out here. So it's going to be every man for himself. That's what type of times the Lord's going to bring on the earth. That's how the Lord is coming like a thief in the night. And guess what? The Lord's going to crack those clouds when all of those things happen simultaneously. And also when the missile fall, the Lord's going to appear. And he's going to save a few of us that believed in him. But for those that wasn't believing in him, wasn't taking the time to, the Lord's going to destroy them. So I'm going to get this in 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers should stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall appear? Yeah, the powers that be, they're shaking right now, which is the so-called white man, Esau, and these other nations too. That's why they're about to go to war. This is World War III. So they're shaking right now because they trying to establish the new world order and take everything, which is the world, for themselves, but it's not going to happen. So they got to make moves. And the Lord is causing these times to rapidly wrap up because of how the times are now. You know, Esau, which is so-called white man, he was once in power, but you got all these other nations, they're coming in power now by way of their military might, which is, according to Joel chapter 3, that the weak say I am strong. So they're shaking. So right here in, this is the last verse, it says, verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Why? Because the world is in wickedness, except the holy elect. The holy elect is not with the world, so they're not going to be judged with the world. They're going to be separate from the world. That's why the Lord said we're going through straight gate trial tribulations. Why? Because we're suffering, so we won't have to suffer when the Lord allows these prophecies to come to pass on the earth. So it says right here in verse 20, but for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Why? Because the Lord hasn't appeared to them. But for those that know the Lord is going to come as a breath of fresh air to them. But for the wicked of our people and the rest of the world, they're going to catch the Lord like a thief in the night. And it's going to be too late to turn to the Lord if you are of the nation of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. So it's time for you to wake up and get up out of sleep, Israel. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.